Hey there, mister. Hey, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm the Serious JG. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm glad I kind of decided to check. I'm glad I decided to kind of belch there. No, I'm glad I decided to check. So there's not that many bounty missions left to do. And I don't mean to spoil it for you. But this is actually the penultimate story mission. When we complete this story mission, the last mission of the story, the last mission of Epilogue 2, the mission that will trigger the closing credits, is the next mission. Which means whatever I'm going to do in this game before I set it down, since my intention is to show off the closing credits and then call it an LP, I got to do. So I've kind of made a command decision here. I was playing the original Red Dead Redemption. I did a lot of stuff that maybe I wouldn't have bothered to do normally. I did all the stranger missions. Like, I had to look them up because I really enjoyed that game a lot. So I did all the stranger missions. I hunted down all the treasure stuff, the treasure missions. This game has more of a Grand Theft Auto style. Like, it's kind of like San Andreas. Like, I loved Vice City. I liked Grand Theft Auto 3 a lot. I loved Vice City. I started to kind of sour on Grand Theft Auto slightly. And by sour, I mean it's one of the greatest game series ever. But I became capable of taking exception to anything in Grand Theft Auto with 4. Where they had the balls to finally make a black protagonist, which is like, it's kind of crazy when you think about how long it had taken for us to get a black protagonist in a video game. But it was just too big. I mean, the game, it's a strange thing to say, but there was too much content. It was like, there was too much to do. The map was so huge. There were just big chunks of world where there was nothing to do. I think they went too far towards making it realistic in that. Whatever, I'm off topic. But the idea is, Red Dead Redemption 2 to me suffers from the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas problem, where it's like, there's just so much stuff to do in the game. It's like, I don't think anyone's intended to do everything, and therefore I'm not going to try to do everything. So I will probably take it upon myself to go on YouTube and look for the cinematics that trigger when you win, when you collect the last of the dinosaur bones in that Search for Dinosaur Bones quest, when you collect the ingredients for that perfumist guy in Saint-Denis, when you collect all the cigarette cards, when you catch all the legendary fish, when you there's another one I can't even think of now. There was that weird guy who wanted us to take pictures of rock carvings or find the rock carvings and tell him where they were. All these things that keep popping up, I don't think I'm going to do any of them, guys. Part of me wants to do the treasure hunting just because I did that in RDR1, but no. Because in RDR1, that would be like, I would do that because there was that and maybe 3 or 4 other things to do that were time-consuming but kind of fun to explore all the way through. In this one, like, I can't possibly do all the stranger missions because I just went looking for a description of what are you supposed to do about this guy who fell off a cliff. I found a guide somebody is trying to put together of all the stranger missions, and maybe there's a better one out there. But the one I found was like many pages long, and they don't seem to have come across this thing with the guy who fell off a cliff. Either that, or they didn't use the word cliff in their description because I didn't want to read the whole thing. I Control F, look for the word cliff, and it didn't come up. So it's like there was a much smaller number of these recurring stranger missions in RDR1, and they felt much more like each one had some kind of narrative point. Even if it was just like a kooky scene, like this whole thing where you go get flowers for a guy, and you come back to his house, and his wife you're getting the flowers for is dead, and the guy's just like crazy wackadoodle. There's a million little things in this game. Hats off to them for trying to make it so you never run out of things to find. But the fact that you never run out of things to find means I can't do a complete LP of the game. So I'm going to cut it off at some point. So I think what I'm going to do is after we finish this mission, I'll try to see, now that I've got what looks like a fairly expansive list of bounty hunter missions, including the fact that I knew there was something. I came all the way out to Armadillo trying to find this mission and couldn't find it. There's another town out in this RDR1 zone. There's a town out here, because in RDR1 we had, there's an abandoned town, which in this game is actually a town. That's still, because this game is set a couple years before. So that's kind of neat. I don't think the story will ever take us there. It's a neat thing for you to find by exploring. So I'm going to have to probably try to cheat a bit, and so we don't have to ride across the entirety of this map of the first game looking for it, but yeah, there's a couple of bounty hunter missions that we can do if we find the town of Tumbleweed, which in RDR1 was just kind of an abandoned territory. In this game, it still exists. But there don't appear to be bounty hunter missions in Van Horn or Ansburg, or maybe one of them and not the other, I forget. But yeah, I can actually go through a list of all the bounty hunter missions and double check to make sure that they've all spawned, and we'll just kind of have a little time doing that, and then we'll do the last story mission, and we're going to call it a Let's Play. So we're in the home stretch here, guys. But no, I've decided I'm not. Even if I could probably do it in only a small number of videos with a FAQ in front of me, I just don't feel like finding all the dinosaur bones. I don't feel like finding all the cigarette cards. That one would be a real pain in the ass. I certainly don't feel like catching the legendary fish. So what we're going to do is wrap up the bounty hunter missions, because it looks like I've got more than half of them done already. And then we'll go deal with the final story mission. But let's deal with the huge cliffhanger of which photo backdrop we're going to use. And the answer is the one that I was on at the end of the last video.
Ah, this one.
The spooky one?
Wonderful. That will be simply perfect. You know, I wish I had the Congo River, but they require grass skirts. I couldn't afford them. It's just so exotic. You stay there. I'll make a
It's
pose
Joe Exotic, what?
that you feel comfortable with.
Well, this is dignified.
Try to enjoy it.
I think I'd rather be cleaning the outhouse.
What is her problem?
Thought you were a cowboy.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
I'm a poser. I learned from the best.
That
Aw.
is true.
They do select some poses here.
Quite a pose.
Strike a pose.
Very good.
You can sit on my lap.
That might be the one.
Billy Gunn.
Oh, I like it.
He's creeping me out a little bit, actually.
Excellent.
He likes all the poses, doesn't he?
You've done this before. So natural, particularly you, sir.
So you can't do a pose where she's sitting and he's standing? I object.
Feel free to use the chairs if you want.
There. That's it. We're going to sit down.
How's this? Bravo! Now, give me a minute.
Oh, I guess the
I'm
cameras were a lot more
going
advanced
to
than the
develop
Civil War
this for
ones.
you. Wait here. Take your time.
We're going to go see a show.
What?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
It feels like you're wearing nothing at all.
Glinsling.
Nothing at all.
Excuse me?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I just posed.
You know what, lady? It's only a few videos ago that I had some woman tied to my horse and struck her. Wait, no.
Shut up. You know, you're not very nice to me.
Oh, I'm nicer than you deserve.
True. Here.
I really like them, actually.
Came out beautifully. Sure. Yeah.
Too bad we didn't bring Jack.
Face
Why
on
didn't we
you.
bring Jack anyway?
Quiet. What do I owe you?
Whatever that whole Chewbacca face going on. $5 and he kills him.
There you go. Thank you. I'll see you again.
Oh, yes. He'll probably come in for a pose. He seemed to enjoy himself. Bye now.
I'm amused by the concept of my husband enjoying a decent, honest life. Well, the barbershop shouldn't be open in the middle of
What
coronavirus.
do we do now?
There is one thing I hadn't done. I've
Theater.
never been to see one of them moving picture shows.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted, actually.
Well, come on. Let's go do that.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's
see?
the marvel of the age.
Game read my
I
mind.
love Marvels.
I love those Marvel movies. The DC movies suck. And I know you're going to call me a Marvel fanboy, but, that's right, I'm not coming in unless you hold the door for me.
Thank you.
Oh, it's the service entrance.
Something called Sketching for Sweetheart, I think.
I'm going to rob the ticket taker.
Hello.
Okay, can you give me a hint on what wagons I should rob? I suppose I could do the wagon robberies and the home invasions,
You're
but
2 tickets, please.
the characters
to see
are not going to
Sketching
let me
for
think that
Sweetheart.
through. So,
That'll be.
if you really wanted to see all the wagon robberies and all of the home invasions, which probably do have unique dialogue, well, if you're doing them on your own, thing is the ones you do in the game with gang members would have dialogue for sure. The ones you're doing on your own may or may not have a bit of dialogue with the people you're robbing. But no, blame Abigail and the ticket taker because they yelled at me and now I'm cross.
50 cents, please.
50 cents.
Okay. What's it about?
I have no idea.
Well, here's my back. I didn't give you any money.
Thank you again.
Come on in.
50 cents each, sir. And John Marston shoots him.
Awaits.
Down in front. Hey, how come where's Joel and the bots? Look.
It's just incredible. It's like they're really there.
Hey, I'm trying to watch this.
Well, I
Marston.
guess I'm not allowed to talk to her. Oh, here we go. Now we can make our move.
What are you doing with that arm?
I thought you might be cold.
John.
Are we going to get in a fist fight with somebody here?
Ha, that's women for you.
Don't you dare, John Marston.
What? I'm watching.
Please.
I can't hear the soundtrack of this. Yeah. I'm not one for people making lots of noise at a movie theater when you're trying to watch a movie, but in this case, it is a silent picture with a piano playing. I think you could be a little bit more patient with people talking. Maybe? I don't know.
Looks so real.
It's not.
Don't be such a sourpuss.
Oh, she's drawing a penis. Oh, no, she's not.
Stop it.
She's a piece of work.
I love her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my. Is it over?
I think so. Come on.
Was that worth 50 cents? Well, at least it didn't have some weird biblical message.
All right. We better get home.
We never get out. The farm will be fine.
Farm. I love hearing that.
Let's go down to the lake for a minute.
Well, hold on a second. I thought I saw another wanted poster, but that was the photo studio. Never mind. Okay. The lake. Oh, yeah, the lake. The ancient lake.
The lake?
The ancient
Sure.
lake.
Why, you finally gonna drown yourself?
Finally?
In a manner of speaking, I guess I am. Happily so.
Should we go to the gazebo?
You're acting real strange.
No, I'm not. Come on.
Before I have to drag you there.
You're a silly man, John Marston.
You're a silly.
What about Jim Milton?
Oh, he's even worse.
Because he's fake news. Hey, it's Skarsgård, the dilapidated
Help
boat.
you in.
Like I said, mighty strange.
Oh, wait a sec. I'm so
It's
fucking
wind.
thick.
You can hardly swim.
Never mind. Yeah, I'm like probably
Don't
about 2
plan
videos
on
behind all you
capsizing.
guys as far as understanding what's going on here.
I wonder
They
whose
d-
boat this is.
It don't matter.
They showed him getting the ring too, didn't they?
I
Yeah.
hope they don't think we're...
They won't think anything. They'll think we're borrowing.
The most romantic day of my life, and you stole that boat from me?
She's seaworthy, okay? Relax. Look around.
All I can see is a strange man rowing. I thought he was John Marston, but now I suspect he's been replaced with an imposter.
That Jim Morrison guy.
Good. Ain't it pretty?
Look at the mountains, ain't they pretty? Nice strategy. Put her on her boat so that she can't escape if she answers this incorrectly. I guess this is like shooting the boss. Like you,
What are you asking?
the game won't advance. If we don't propose to Abigail now, we will be destroyed by MiGs dropping bombs on this area. So I guess we better go ahead and pull the trigger.
Will you marry me?
Get up. I am married to you.
We're not even playing Super
proper.
Mario Brothers
In front of
and
God.
RPG.
You serious?
We had a Satan wedding last time.
I got this ring. I've had it for a long time.
Got it
Take
from
it.
Arthur Morgan's corpse. And he got it from some random
You serious?
person who murdered.
It would make me very happy if you would...
We've lived a lot of lives.
Let's just live this one from now on.
It won't last too much
You and
longer,
me,
but
Jack, a family, by law.
John, I didn't know it mattered to me.
It didn't.
until I found out that I could
Now it
lose the
does.
ranch and you wouldn't get it if I get murdered by the Vanderlyn gang. So
If you think this is dumb, I'm
and the
sorry.
boat sinks because they put all the weight on one
Shut
side.
up, you silly man, and kiss me.
Oh, it's very sweet. And now they're gonna make us row back to shore. Okay, I figured they might actually cut here rather than making us manually row back to shore, which is why I made the "they're gonna make us row back to shore" comment as a joke. So there we go. That's the last plot mission before the last plot mission, which makes sense. So now that we're good and legally married and ready to start an honest life, we can do optional bounty hunter missions until it's time to go deal with the end of the game. Man, some guys deliver some furniture and I go all crazy and decide to propose marriage. What was I thinking? I love it when you wake me up by poking my lips. Underoos are fun to wear. Just gotta start thinking about what it's gonna replace this series on my channel. Don't want to do Undead Nightmare until it's close to Halloween. It's part of the Halloween season. Well, I wonder what the final mission's going to be about. Suppose it could be about the sun going supernova. A future imagined. Complete within 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So I should have listened to her when she was trying to rush me along. I don't know. As a Wookiee, should I really have married a human woman? Well, I guess. Oh, what is that? You know, we done this already. But then again, it's marked as cleaning stalls, not as a camp chore. And they mentioned Jack, so maybe this actually will lead to some kind of father-son dialogue. Think about it, won't you? Thank you. Otherwise, it's time to go find Tumbleweed. So that we can, it's time to fall to our death. Hope Jack's not watching this. Actually, might about as well as could have been hoped. last possible second, I found a way to make that look silly. Alright, so if our son gets involved in this mission, it'll all be worth it. A little bit of bonding, because I was talking about how I enjoyed these little missions. I should have realized I was setting myself up for the fact that all this family dialogue is over. We have exhausted it. From here on out... Well, where's Jack? Hey, boy, nice to see that you didn't die from that snake bite. Why aren't I allowed to interact with you? Not real sure. But I'm not allowed to interact with them. Action slam. Alright, well, where are you at, boy? Is he going to help with this chore or not? Okay, well now I feel real dumb, because I sort of feel like I gotta finish it, but the whole notion that we were gonna have some kind of family interaction as part of this, looks like they're just gonna make us do it. Happy wife, happy life, happy cows, when they're not standing around in their own shit. Well, the cows don't hardly seem to notice, but... Okay. Sure glad I got instructions on that. No, you know what? Fuck you, game. That's a damn lie. Now you're gonna tell me that this mission will involve Jack? No. No. I've had enough of your lies. I'm not going to believe Andor's lies. Andor. Marquis Elmdor wishes us to believe that if we go down there and do a bunch of farm missions, we'll get dialogue with their son. It ain't true. This story, our stopping point with our son is officially, your dog's not dead, you should be happy. Now, unfortunately, this map... I don't know exactly where Tumbleweed is, because I've got a map, but I don't believe... Oh, it's got to be way further out here, because it's near the W in west, per this map. Okay. Arguably, I really should just be riding out, taking a stagecoach out to Armadillo to get this more efficiently. But you know, we got a little time left in the video. Not a whole lot to do much with, so we might as well spend it riding out together, reflecting on the fact that we are not milking our cows, and potentially running into all sorts of random encounters at the Dos Diablos, the finest piece of horseflesh. No, it seems like they've created a lot of fun optional content for you to do in... No, I mean, there's random encounters with the Diablos. That's what it is. You spend a couple of hours playing the game in free roam mode out in the territory Red Dead Redemption 1 is set in. You probably exhaust it fairly quickly. Or as quickly as you exhaust the optional material anywhere. But I know it's nice that they gave you this to increase the free roam experience. Red Dead Redemption 2 Online apparently has a lot of fun stuff you can do. I have very little interest in that. I'm pretty much a hobbyist LPer who likes to play through single-player or story-driven games these days, and the occasional strategy game. And By occasional, I mean they each take 800 hours, so I can't play that many of them. There was a stranger symbol up here. I'm riding up here to see what the stranger mission is about.
Hey there!
Oh.
Here, something private here. Why don't you
Pretty obvious you're a bad guy. Well, hold on, I can't tell who isn't hostile. You're hostile. It did sound like they were about to rape or murder some women. Is that what was going on? Now I no longer see the people that they were... Okay. Did they already kill them? Oh, Skinner Brothers. It looks like they had already killed these people. Herbivore bait. Well, I'm guessing if they were the Skinner Brothers, being the Skinner Brothers, killing them was probably the right thing to do. But it doesn't seem like I was in time to help these folks. Yeah, that really does look like a lockbox. Opened health cure. Alright, I'll take a health cure just to be allowed to take this health cure. What the? And now cocaine gum has replaced it. Well, I could sleep in the tent. I could use the. I believe I could use this tent for fast travel purposes, actually. And I was just saying how it would save some time to fast travel to Tumbleweed. Armadillo, rather. Maybe we'll do that. Let's take this as fate. I was saying, oh, well, we might get some fun encounters on the way. But we got an encounter which is basically telling us, hey, fast travel. So that's what we're going to do. And there's no reason to believe that, there's no reason to believe that we're going to get murdered in this tent by the Skinner Brothers just because the last people to use this tent were murdered by the Skinner Brothers. Now watch it turn out that we don't get the option to fast travel at the end of this. Yeah, we don't get the option to fast travel. Never mind. Well, I mean, no harm done. We just slept for 4 hours in the middle of the day. I don't do that often. Well, certainly not for 4 hours. I'll take a nap. Sometimes it'll go on a weekend, on a day off. I'll kick myself later for wasting the time, particularly when it's Sunday night and you gotta go to bed knowing you gotta get up to work the next day. But every so often you just gotta take a nap. Sometimes that nap has to go over an hour. Going to sleep for 4 hours in the middle of the day, generally not a positive sign. Anyway, folks, when we come back next time, we're going to be looking for the town of Tumbleweed. There's only 2 bounty hunter missions to do there. And typically these bounty hunter missions, if you get started at the very beginning of the video, we're not finding, unless I get into one where I'm just really screwing up the combat portion of them, and they don't all even have combat portions, you're usually getting one of these knocked out per video. So we don't have a whole lot left. This LP is rapidly coming to a close, as rapidly as anything happens in a 200-plus video LP by Mysterious JG. But I hope you're still enjoying it, and I hope we can get a little shared fun experience out of the time that we got together. Because if there's any game that makes me think about the sand running out on the hourglass, it's the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 2. It's Red Dead Redemption 2, where Arthur Morgan, with quite a few hours of story left to go, already has a death sentence. And then the epilogue gives us a chance to play as John Marston, who we already know that he ain't exactly going to watch Jack grow up and go to college. So it's a bit dark, but it's still a bit fun. I hope it is for you too. Catch you guys next time.